Hello. We're Having a Stroke, a podcast where a guy with severe AD... Damn it! Damn it!
We are professionals. Bum, bum,
Bum,
bum.
bum, 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 bum.
Okay.
Future Joey, keep this in.
Yes, please. But let me start the episode, please.
2 seconds and go.
Okay. Hello. We're Having a Stroke, a podcast where a guy with severe ADHD struggles to get through a single sandwich while the other one watches in awe. I'm your co-host, Dominic. With me is my co-host, Joey.
Heyo!
Heyo! And we got ourselves another guest. Another guest for episode 20. This one is a recurring guest from episode 2. It's
Hello.
Max.
It's Maxie!
I'm recurring guest. Maxie.
Oh, fuck. I already burped. Okay.
Oh, no. How are you doing, Max?
Oh god, I remember you showing me an episode like this.
What, with the burp counter?
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
Yeah, which one was that? Because, like, we recorded the
There's
I
multiple.
don't remember. I think it was the one right after you. I think it was probably 3 or 4.
Oh, it was probably, like, what was it, 7 or whatever?
Well, I think that was the episode.
I don't know.
where Joey on his Snapchat shared something on his story where he was just like, hey, you know what we do on our podcast? We count burps. And then he just plays a clip of us burping super loudly.
I have to say, of all the burp counters I've done, my favorite by far that I've done recently has to have been episode 18. We burped 21 times in that episode.
There were some rank ones in there, dude.
What I loved doing was going through the editing bay and, like, just jumping to all the burp points and just, like, playing it, like, in rapid fire.
Joey, would you ever be so gracious as to compile all of our burps one day?
Possibly. Probably
Okay.
over the summer when I have more free time. Max, how you been, bro?
I've been great. Well, I mean, you've lived with me for the entire time, so like you know.
So you know exactly how I'm doing.
So this is a loaded
yeah,
question,
I mean,
you fucker.
I just been
like,
bowling, doing comedy, drinking a lot,
Sweet.
going to sporting things.
Hell yeah.
Living
sports
life.
balls?
Oh, and I'm leaving soon. That's a big thing in my life now.
Yeah. It's like, what, you got like
We're
a week
almost
left here,
not
basically?
roommates anymore.
You're like leaving Earth? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When I told Elon Musk, I was like, yo, get me out of here. And he was like, yeah.
Yeah, bet.
And I was like, you're a dick. And he was like, I know.
Joey, I have a quick question.
What's up?
Is your cell phone nearby your microphone?
It is.
Okay, cool. Because I heard some static, and I'm sure potentially people at home might be able to hear it, but it's something.
I threw it on my bed.
There you go.
Literally threw
Should
it
I
across my
also
phone.
do that with mine? Is that a thing?
Yeah, so if you have a phone by your mic, I don't think it'll happen with you because you're
Okay.
using like a different kind of
A
mic.
headset mic.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless
but-
your phone is like taped to your face, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, good thing it's not taped to my face anymore.
just-
Anymore.
just-
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was. That's why I was worried about it. It's very convenient for answering calls, Joey.
It alleviates your posture, man. It makes you look upward.
It makes me not have to move my arm as much.
Scroll. POV, you scroll with your nose.
I answer with my tongue.
POV. Oh.
Mlem.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Thanks for calling. Bye.
Bye. So, quick question.
What's up?
What does a phone screen taste like? I'm about to find out.
Phone.
Are you actually like clicking your screen right now?
Tastes like phone.
I
Yeah.
would imagine yes.
Pretty close
Yeah,
to
tastes
phone.
like phone.
I can't do that with mine because my I have a screen protector and it's fucking cracked.
And,
So I'll
and
probably,
phone
like-
You don't want
worse.
to cut your
Like,
tongue
you'll
trying to
probably,
taste
like
it.
slice your tongue and then
You don't want to be a
We'll
total
have the
badass
first-
tasting your screen.
emergency exit on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's actually a good point. We've never actually had an emergency exit. I think there was one time, one episode, I think it was with Marcello and Gus, where I left to take care of my laundry.
Yeah, that was episode 12.
Yeah, 12. And that was the only time I think anyone's left the podcast.
Yeah, and then when you left, we left Marcello on such dead air, like we shot him in an alley. And Marcello just asked, "So what's the deal with airline food?" And then Gus and I were just deathly silent. Just left him out to die. Like,
Oh yeah. Marcello, we love to hang him out dry, but you know.
Yeah.
Who the hell
I
brings
thought
a
it was
Seinfeld
funny we were
joke?
talking about emergency exits because you guys said I sound like a flight attendant today.
Oh yeah. We have
Yeah,
ourselves
you
Captain.
might
The
make
emergency
you
exits,
sound like,
by the way.
yeah.
Where are the emergency exits in this Discord call?
They are located to your the red button.
Thank
To
you.
Jump
your
into the
the
red
red
button.
button.
Jump
Into
into
the
the red
screen.
button.
You will become a real boy and escape this life.
Why does this have the same exact energy as that fucking Zack toy from Only Plays, where like you press it and it's like, I don't mean to scare you or anything, but there's a microphone in this device. There's a microphone in this device.
I fucking love that toy so much.
It's so funny.
Oh yeah. Remember
Uh,
Twitter loving it.
but let's get into topics
Yeah.
that I've been doing. This is actually currently going on right now this whole week. But,
The weather? Let's go with the weather, boys! Woo!
Episode 20 episodes weather.
You can catalog an atlas with this kind of watching. Anyways, continue with your topics, Joey.
But anyway, I have been watching people play the closed beta of that new Multiverses game, that like Warner Brothers platform fighter.
Nice. You also said
It
you were
looks-
just watching people, and I really wanted to just be like, "Yo, you creeping?"
Yeah,
There was
so
a long, very sus pause after that.
I wanted to capitalize, but it seemed like you wanted to talk about something important.
No, no, but I've been watching people play that. That game looks like everything that like Nickelodeon All Star Brawl wasn't. Like, cause it has like voice acting, very solid animation, a solid cast of characters so far, and like yeah, it just looks fucking great.
Does it feel
and
good to play?
I have not played it, but my only downside with it is that there's not a block button, which I always find kind of stupid with platform fighters like that.
Yeah.
There's like, oh, we're gonna be like out there and different, and we're not gonna have a block button, and I'm like, well then, that makes no sense. Like,
Yeah. Right.
like, cause fucking King of Fighters is competing with Street Fighter, for in like terms of like fighting game competition, but King of Fighters doesn't just get rid of their block button.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
it's stupid. But anyway, it's a minor. It's like kind of a minor thing. I mean, it's not, but it is.
I say that's kind of an important part of any fighting game. I think it's just blocking in general. Like, how do you
Just
play?
being able to
How do you play defense?
Yeah, like being able to have a definitive button that says that cancels out a movement of some kind, or like makes you safe and shit. Like,
I mean, it just
need
makes
that.
sense with like fighting in real life. Blocking is very important, you know?
It's true. Could you imagine if you threw
So
a
I
punch
feel
and
like-
you can't bring him back to your head?
Can you
Like,
imagine
you
if
throw a punch and you have to throw it back down at the side of your body?
Can you imagine if Dana White one day just came out to a fucking press meeting, was like, all right, at UFC here, we value competition. But you know that thing that you guys do where you put your arms in front of your face? Yeah, you can't do that anymore. Like,
He's just watching the fights, like pissed off. He's like, that's fucking illegal.
how dare you? Like,
Dude, that guy is an absolute scumbag. He spends more time blocking in his fights than actually throwing punches. Despicable, unbelievable.
why did we hire him?
Not making any pay-per-view.
And why on earth did I bet on him? Why?
Dude, Dana bets on everyone.
Does he?
Well, no. I just mean no matter who wins, Dana wins.
Oh, that's fair.
Oh yeah.
Like
right.
his money is on good fights.
You said it with such confidence. I thought you like actually knew him. I was just like, yeah. Did
Oh, yeah.
Dana bet everybody? No.
You know, me and Dana.
Me,
Good old
Max
pals.
and Dana go way back.
Yeah, right. I knew him.
I
back
just
in
like
NAMM.
the little. So there's this channel that I watch that makes like UFC animations.
Yeah, you've showed me that.
Yeah, and they have like.
Do you remember what it's
There's a
called?
character of Dana White. And basically the way he does the audio, like the lines for the characters, is he doesn't have voice actors. He just plays actual clips of them talking behind the animation. So he'll like splice their words. And Dana has like a bunch of sound clips. So that one of them is just like disgusting, despicable move. And then one of them is just like if you don't know, now you know. That's the other one.
The channel is
Isn't he fucking awesome? Mojahid Fudailat. I'm probably butchering that name, but his name is Mojahid.
all the heads in his animations are massive, and their mouths are fucking Kirby-sized. Fucking
Yeah.
Oh shit. The big dude.
What was the one There was one animation you showed me of fucking this one fighter who, whenever he wins, he does like
Drinks
a
beer out of a shoe.
drinks beer out of a shoe.
It does
Yeah,
shoey.
that's
like,
tied
he
to Ivasa.
Yeah, and he
He just every time he wins, he just he goes into the audience and then he's like, yeah, and people just like are holding their shoes out for him. And he takes beers, fills the shoe with it, and then chugs it from the shoe. It's disgusting.
And then you show me a video of him winning, and Dana like shows up and is like, "This is why he won. He's a solid fighter, solid basics, solid foundation." And, and then the guy pulls up his shoe. Oh god.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Excuse me.
There
and
it
the guy
is.
pulls up his shoe, and Dana looks at him and is like, "Oh Jesus Christ!" And he shoves it in his mouth.
Oh yeah, that's the other one. Oh Jesus Christ. Connor!
I like
he's such a talented creator. That guy.
I like to apologize to fucking nobody.
Who is this creator?
Oh,
like, what is his name? Where
His
where
name's
can they find him?
Mojahid.
What?
It's on YouTube.
Mojahid Fudahil.
Okay.
It's
Fudailat.
like Fudailat. It's like Fudailat.
Nice. For the
But
folks at
yeah,
home.
he makes animations of UFC stuff. If you like UFC and fun animations, you'll
Also-
like Mojahid.
Also, if you just like YouTube like UFC animation, he's like the first one to show up.
Actually, probably if you put YouTube UFC, he's probably one of the first things that comes up.
Yeah, he has very funny animations, and I like his style.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
He like gets better every video too.
Oh yeah, like with most like creators and shit.
Yeah.
Good viewership. Good progression of content. Unlike the
Yeah,
dead silence that we
exactly.
always have in these podcasts.
Yeah.
Hey man,
I was,
silence isn't a bad thing. But anyway.
Sometimes it's about the words you don't say. Think about that.
Okay, Dominic, I see your point.
I was wondering how long that
You
would
guys
go
have
for. That
taken
was
the
pretty
time to
good.
think about it.
That was pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
I think that was a solid bit.
Can I talk about the weather really quick?
Yeah, go
Because
for it.
it's an obligation. Because I'm gonna be honest. I started a new position as in a job since my schooling for now is over. But I'm taking up this internship position before my senior year. So far I've just been really busy because
Yeah.
and like I've also been trying to take care of trying to get into exercise and stuff because I've been my job is sitting at a desk drawing pretty pictures. which is fucking baller. But yeah, so like pretty much for me, I haven't had much to talk about. Aside from the fact that the weather in Milwaukee is like, it's really blue balling me to want to go outside. But it's more like, man, I want you to go outside. It's cloudy, but you probably could. And then it starts raining like the second I want to go anywhere. And now I'm like, well, you know what? I fuck you, I guess. So for me, I haven't really been enjoying
Baltimore.
it. Home of challenge pissing. That's right, challenge pissing.
Bring your wife. We'll fuck her. That's right.
That's right. We'll fuck your wife.
Because at Big Bill's Hell's Cars, you get fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
It's such a good fucking
Bring a check,
video.
and it better not bounce, or you're a dead motherfucker.
Don't call. Don't fuck with us.
Joey,
That's like, I was telling you about, I Think You Should Leave, right?
Were you? I forget if you were.
The Netflix show. It's basically all bits like that, like Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Okay.
And I think you would love it.
Oh yeah.
It's like-
okay, yeah. I think you should leave. Okay.
There's one that's like, it's the one that everyone shows people. It's like, the exterminators that come in to fix the toilet. I don't want to like spoil it.
Okay.
the title
it's
by
just
itself is already.
But the title of the clip is "Has This Ever Happened to You?" And it's like a lawyer, and he's just making a
God.
promo for his thing, and it just gets super specific,
That
like
reminds me.
ridiculously weirdly specific. It's great.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, I keep seeing the Saul Goodman ads from Better Call Saul on my meme page for some reason. Where it's sort of like, hey, do you know you have rights? Call Saul Goodman. It's just every time I see that ad, it makes me laugh because it's just like the least descript thing I can imagine for a lawyer. Just like, hey, you know you have rights? Call me.
Hey,
Well, that's like
you
those.
like living? Call me.
But that's like those. They always put like Saul Goodman's scenes, like whenever he's in court and he's like getting his defendant out of something in some ridiculous way. Like they always show the one where he brings in a guy who's not the defendant and asks the guy who's suing him if it's the defendant, and the guy says like, "Yeah, that's him." And the guy looks like vaguely like this guy, but it's not him. And Saul's like, "Well, that's not the defendant. See, the defense is actually back there. Say hi." Like, they put that video up, and then they always put like the Sigma grind set music behind it. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like
the
guy speaking Russian.
Yeah. The only Better Call Saul meme I've seen was from it was a drawing someone did of JoJo Part 6, where like an important scene in that is like the main JoJo of that part is in court in Florida, and they replaced her like lawyer with Saul, and like I don't know, it just looked funny, but yeah.
Hell yeah. Joey, I know you have topics to go into, but before you do that, I'd like for everyone on the podcast to know that in attempting to record this podcast, we sort of had a misstep. And
yeah, we did.
In that misstep, I started a beer. Since that misstep, I have definitely gone through the beer, and I have another one in my possession. And before you start
We're
anything, I just
getting
like...
fucked up tonight!
Oh yeah, let me just open this real quick, and then you can get into the things that you want to talk about, so...
Let me hear this.
I'm 3 parallel universes ahead of you right now. I was at the Cubs game earlier.
Oh shit, really? Wait, did the Cubs win?
Yeah. No, they got absolutely rocked.
As a White Sox fan, I would
by
say...
the Diamondbacks.
Oh, rough. I would say as a White Sox fan, get fucked, but like that's pretty rude. So I'm not gonna say it this time. But
That's fine.
that's fair.
used to it. I feel
Yeah,
like
fair enough.
there are so many
Used
people that
to it.
that like the Cubs, but if you don't like, you don't. There's no one that's just like, I'm not really that. I don't really care for the Cubs. It's like everyone who does it, who has an opinion on the Cubs, is either like, yeah, I'm a Cubs fan, or I fucking hate the Cubs.
Yeah,
Get them
pretty
out of
much.
my sight.
God fucking damn it, the fucking Cubs.
I see blue everywhere.
There can only be one team in this city. Damn it.
This town ain't big enough for two of us, Texas.
Yeah,
We can
exactly,
rule
like-
this city. We can rule this city, Spider-Man.
Cubby Bear.
I love that. I love the donkey quote of him playing Spider-Man, just like being like, "Fuck you, Spider-Man."
On the boat you rode on.
Circus in town. Circus in town.
What is it, National Rocket Day or something?
Airplane. What for?
Joey, please
Yeah,
tell
Max
me you have
and-
place
Max-
to go to.
Or no,
Max
it's,
and I
it's
have,
pilot's license?
What for? Oh, Dave, I fucked up the line. God damn.
Joey.
Pilot's license? What for? Bubsy. That's a good one. Just like the wheezing after that. It's perfect.
What's the one I'm thinking of? Mr. Donkey, do you know where the chicken is? I don't know what a goddamn motherfucking chicken is. God fucking damn. Try asking the horse.
Just like the classic regular voice. Try asking the horse.
Try asking the horse.
Oh my god.
Oh, guys, I just realized something.
You lost
Yeah.
the game?
You motherfucker, you did it before me, you son of a bitch. Anyways, what I've
I can
remembered.
hear police outside my apartment, so they're
Thank
coming
you
to
guys so
arrest
much for
me making
listening.
This joke. Wow, they're
Holy
still going. Okay, hold on.
Oh my god. I thought you were just making a joke there.
No, I heard it. Just like, perfect.
Nice.
Nope,
glad
we
this.
live and record in Chicago. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
Let's
Batman.
go. Oh, excuse me. No, I was about to say what I realized when you guys were talking about Donkey was that I remember when I was with my first roommates, they told me that apparently Donkey's from Milwaukee,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he is.
which is fucking crazy. Cause I'm in Milwaukee right now, and it's like,
Oh, that's
whoa.
wild. People have
Whoa.
seen him on the street before. Like he's just a dude, you know.
That's crazy. He seems like a godlike entity in the
Have you-
mind of the
that
world.
Remember when Pokemon Go came out and he made that video like where he was throwing Pokeballs at people on the street?
I do.
Like that was in Milwaukee, I'm pretty sure.
It was either that or Madison, because I remember he moved to another city
Oh,
in
yeah, yeah,
Wisconsin.
yeah.
But
But he was in Wisconsin just like throwing Pokeballs at people.
it's fucking awesome.
Or he would like hold his phone up to them and look at them and like do the swipe up motion. Man, what happened to Pokemon Go? It's still going, right? Like just
Yeah.
not as hard
Oh,
as
yeah.
it was when it came out.
Oh, did you hear about Pokemon Go Fest? Like, what was it? Like 20. There was a Pokemon Go Fest that happened in Chicago one year, and
I think it still happens. It's still
I
like
think-
a thing.
yeah, I think it does. But anyway, I think like the first one they had, the internet in like Madison, or like not, I forget where it was. It was at like the park downtown, and
Grant Park?
Grand Park, that's it, yeah. And the internet got fucked up there, and so no one could log into the game. And there were
think I remember this.
there were audible chants of people say like, I think there was one person, like every single time anyone got up on stage with the mic and started talking, they just got booed the fuck out of. And like there was one clip that was shared of people just like overwhelmingly chanting over them, "We can't play! We can't play!" I'm like, holy shit! But yeah, Pokemon Go. I remember there was one day in a high school band when I somewhat got into Pokemon, and I chose Team Valor. Only because Valor is the name of a form in Kingdom Hearts. And that was literally the only reason, because I liked Kingdom Hearts. And I got that on a shirt at a custom place, because I was like, oh, that'll be fun. And then, like, I wore that to band, and I just got, like, so many fucking comments from people being like, Team Misket, go fuck yourself. Like...
I remember
I was like, Jesus. Like...
Death threats for Pokemon Go.
Dude, Crips and Bloods, but it's Pokemon. That's
Yeah,
pretty much what it
basically.
was, actually, yeah. You had
Actually,
Crips,
yeah.
you had the Bloods, and you had MS-13, which was the yellow one. No one was on the yellow one.
Oh,
I was
Instincts?
MS-13.
Let's go, MS-13 gang. I was the only one that picked yellow, too.
What?
I think
thought it,
there was a
it was the
poll
least
taken.
popular one I know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I think
saying.
I think there was a poll taken where like it was like 63% of players picked Mystic,
Mhm.
and then like 15% picked like Instinct or some
Yeah,
shit.
it was like somewhat evenly split between Valor and Mystic,
Yeah,
and then Instinct was like the small but mighty one.
We were the Jeb Bushes of Pokemon Go.
Oh no! Please clap.
Please, no.
Please clap.
Was that good?
Do you guys remember that Jeb Bush
no. It
Oh!
did
speech where
Oh,
he,
fuck!
he,
That's what
like-
you're referencing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just
I
like, what the
realized
fuck
that
are you
neither
talking
of you got that. I was like,
I was-
shit, I'm bringing politics in.
That's
I was
a
like,
deep
what the
politics reference. But, like, the funny part of politics back in the day when it was, like...
It was like Jeb Bush was giving a speech, and then he said something or other that was like about how the United States is a great country, and like a couple people started clapping, but like very hesitantly because they wasn't sure if it was the right time to do it. And then
Right.
he was just like, "Please clap," and everyone started clapping. But just the "please clap" soundbite could not get he could never get away from it.
Please clap.
Please clap.
Please clap.
I wonder, like, socially in those kinds of situations, because there are times, like, when you flow and you're, like, trying to give, like, a speech that actually has, like, those moments where it's for breaks. What do you do in those situations when you need people to clap? Do you just go silent as fuck and hope they clap? or is there, like, some kind of signal you have to give?
I would think you just keep going on if like there's like a couple seconds.
Yeah,
where,
I
You
like,
have
there's
someone
no
face
clapping.
the audience and hold up a sign that says "laugh."
Oh, yeah, you got to have the, gotta have the blinking sign like a goddamn sitcom.
Applause.
Yeah, exactly. But,
Or like the golf signs that say "quiet, please."
Yeah.
yeah, right.
The guys will beat the shit out of you if you don't. Like,
You
Except
know,
in Phoenix.
what?
except in Phoenix.
At the Phoenix Open, no
Oh,
one
yeah.
gives a shit about the rules of golf. And like all of the unspoken rules, like being quiet during people's shots and like not getting belligerently drunk and like not being disrespectful to the players, all of that is out the window.
Didn't you? I think like you went to that, and
I
like,
did
you-
go to that, yes.
Didn't you say like you were like saying a guy had like nice thighs or some shit?
Yeah, I did in fact tell a guy that his quads looked sick in his khakis. Like very loudly during a silence.
That's fucking awesome. Like,
It got a laugh from the crowd, so I figured it was in good taste.
Wes has giving the same energy as that one guy on TikTok that made a video of like him showing off his thighs. Like, got a couple of hammies over here.
Dummy thick.
Don't be
Thick
thick.
thigh gang. Where you
Thick
at?
thigh.
Duet this. And he like slaps his thighs. I remember when that came out. My
But,
girlfriend
yeah.
at the time was obsessed with that video.
It's a pretty good video, to be fair.
Got a couple of hams right here.
Couple of hams over here.
quick question. Where do you think the term thunder thighs came from? Like, where did
it's-
the thunder come from in the thighs?
It's because your thigh. It's really mean, actually, but it's because if you're like a very
heavy.
rotund person.
Yeah, like,
Your thighs clap together when you walk.
Oh, like the clapping of thunder. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's real creative.
yeah.
I used to say that I had thunder thighs because I thought it was like it sounded cool. I was like, "Yo,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I got
when you-
thunder
when you-
thighs,"
like-
because I was like a soccer player and I was
Yeah,
like,
like when I
Electrifying.
when I immediately hear of thunder thighs, I think what I immediately think of, at least like just trying to piece it together in my head, is like, oh, my thighs are like jacked and as powerful as lightning. Like,
"Yeah,
that's what I think.
I
No,
have the
it's-
thighs of Zeus."
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Like
no,
a-
it's
Making John
Okay.
references. The thighs of Zeus!
these thighs.
Wait, is that a JonTron reference?
No,
I didn't
no. I
intend
just-
to make a JonTron reference.
With the power of Zeus! I'm just thinking about it with fucking thighs.
Slap it on. Yeah. Have some fucking patience.
Have some fucking patience.
Am I playing as Tim Allen from Home Improvement, using a lightsaber chainsaw to fight a raptor?
Oh my
Uh,
god.
What a legend!
What a legend.
Has
Remember when he did
JonTron
Game
made
Grumps?
any videos in the last year, or did he just like disappear again?
No, he has. He made
Oh,
like,
okay.
a couple. I haven't watched them. I haven't had time. But
Yeah, I just
I heard-
don't have his notifications on my.
I also heard that he got
Dang.
in some Twitter trouble. That was the only thing I heard about.
yeah, didn't he say some crazy? Oh, wait.
He may or may not have said some unrealistic things, but we were talking about JonTron in the light of a day that was before that. For those that are concerned about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he did shady
yeah.
things. At the same time, the power of Zeus is still funny to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think there's a lot of John. Like he's a funny creator, even if like his real life persona is completely and totally out of pocket
Yeah,
all the time.
I do love it. I did love his bit about Goop, where he was like giving
Oh,
his
yeah, yeah, yeah.
employees like two different things that they thought were real.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, so they're all real."
I fucking love that.
This
remember when
candle
we
smells
talked
like
about-
my vagina.
Yeah, remember when we talked about that?
Yeah, we did.
You
What was
talked
that?
about vagina scented candles.
Yeah, when Nat came on episode.
All right,
what was
thanks
it?
for having me on, guys. I'm leaving the podcast.
Max's expertise is only in vagina scented candles.
That is correct.
He is. Never mind.
It's also
I have some good jokes. I don't want to
Refuse
say
to
them.
elaborate.
Yeah, no, it's about to get.
Says he is
it's
an
about to get
expert
weird.
on vagina scented candles. Refuses to elaborate. Leaves.
Max. Remember that? Like, I forget how the fuck we started this, but I know we like had this running joke of like homophobic Fozzie Bear.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Wait, what?
I don't remember how that started either.
I don't know how
I think it was just the idea of like Fozzie Bear because he's like a stand-up comedian in the Sesame Street world. So we
Yeah.
thought like, oh, it'd be really funny if he was just like a terrible comedian that always goes for like the shock humor.
That's pretty.
And
Oh
we
no!
just had like the bit of like
Excuse me.
him like, hey Kermit, would you like to listen to my stand-up? Oh yeah, Fozzie, that'd be great. Oh, go ahead. Guess who moved into my neighborhood last week? Oh no, Fozzie, I don't think I should. He's just like, he just keeps going on like this tirade against like a.
Kermit loves being a man
My
and a
property
woman.
value has dropped suddenly.
Two men married to each other? Kermit!
That's a great bit.
It's really not. Like,
It's kind of. I don't know. Maybe
It's so shitty, but like it's
it's like the type of bit that you shouldn't say on a podcast and that you should keep between your two roommates.
well, now you can do it
But,
with third
yeah.
roommate in this Discord room.
I mean, we're both gay, so like that's fine.
yeah, it's
There you
fine.
go. Yeah, you know, cut that. Anyways, Joey, you had points that you brought to this podcast?
Yeah, so Multiverse is a good game.
Is that the only point you brought to the podcast?
No, it was the one I started with, and then we went on a horrific sidetrack.
Oh, okay. I
Well,
see.
I'm pretty sure that's like,
A lightly drunk sidetrack.
isn't
I
that
like
kind
to
of the
point out.
point of this whole thing?
Fuck
That
yeah.
is definitely the point of this podcast. I will say
Oh,
that.
speaking of, my second point that I wanted to bring up was I found out about this recently, and it's very like, you can very much put it in this podcast.
You lost the game.
I did first. Fuck you.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, fair enough.
But Dominic, do you know what bionic reading is?
Okay. Why must you give me a loaded question?
No. So one problem that a lot of people on that are neurodivergent have is that reading is very much like kind of a struggle for a lot of us, just because like our attention spans are kind of short, and like most of the time when I read, I lose my place in the fucking page and have to reread certain parts.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this app called Bionic Reading. I haven't downloaded it, but I've seen an example of it, and it looks fucking awesome. And what it does is it bolds certain parts of like it bolds random letters in like readings, and it makes it easier to read.
What?
So like it looks visually distinct, and like I did it, and I was like, "Fuck, this works!" Like,
Really?
and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Interesting.
But yeah, I was like, the second I saw that, I was like, "What the fuck? That's amazing!" Like, yeah, it was like, cause like like, I feel like the only way I could able to be like read a book and shit is through like an audiobook and shit,
Yeah. No, I get that. I mean, as I will say, as the one person on this podcast right now that is not diagnosed with that kind of attention disorder, I will say that for me and my own reading, I do not really struggle with reading. However, I will say I do know people that struggle with reading, and I think something that's really funny is showing them tools to allow them to read better or have it be like not as confusing to read on the page is really interesting. Like there's this one tool that's used for people to read faster, and the way that works is that it's sort of like you have to recognize words as shapes and less as like a spoken word. Because it's sort of like this weird thing where words that you read on the page, you hear them in your head. I don't know about you. I think a lot of people do that. But a way to make it faster is to recognize them as shapes, more like identifying without a voice in your head. And there's some kind of app for transforming text into just a single word display that displays each word at like a specific consistent rate. And that's a way to read faster and more concisely. And I don't know why, but like I saw it once and I've never seen it like in like 4 years or so.
Really?
Like, I feel like I haven't seen it in forever, anybody talk about it, but it's like a really interesting way to really like read things and like be able to like comprehend large pieces of text super quick. But I'm just a drunk guy in Milwaukee drinking a PBR and talking with my friends. So what do I know about reading?
I'm talking here.
Hey, I want you to know that I read every once in a while. I have a copy of the New York Times. I have the Milwaukee Lantern. But we don't need to
Dominic,
talk about that.
Dominic, you need to understand. You don't understand me. There's nothing better than waking up. You know,
numbnuts. You're not understanding me.
Nothing better than waking up in the morning, getting outside of your $5 apartment, looking at that great skyline, that great ocean like horizon, and eating the fucking New York bagel. You don't understand.
You don't understand.
Nothing
The
better than
cream
that.
cheese goes between the bagels, okay? Goes between them.
You fucking hear me? It goes between them.
Max, how you doing?
Not.
Hey, boys. I'm doing all right.
Hey
I'm
boys,
doing
how you?
fine.
Boys, how you doing?
I'm
This is the part
enjoying
of the podcast
a
where we
cream
go off the
cheese
rails.
bagel with the sunset. That's where I am in my mind. You ever go someplace in your mind's eye, boys?
Oh yeah, all the
Oh yeah,
time.
the mind's eyeball.
Mind's eyeball.
What
Vinny,
does this podcast turn
hit
into?
him with the sticky.
That's one time-
Vinny hit him
I
with
was
the chicken
I was
head.
beating this guy down for being a snitch, and I stole his mind's eyeball. He confessed everything afterwards.
I
I cut it right out of his head.
I Doctor Stranged his ass. You understand me?
He wouldn't give me the loan of $500, so I made sure to
Could
take his
imagine?
nose off. And he was like, "Where the fuck did my nose go?" And I'm saying, "It's right here in my hand, dipshit."
Imagine if Doctor Strange, instead of being played by Benedict Cumberbatch, was just like Joe Pesci.
I fucking love that.
Fascinating that a wizard thinks he can stop me. Hey, who you calling wizard? What? You think I do magic? You think this is fun? This isn't a joke, buddy.
This is a fucking responsibility.
Well, fuck yourself.
Loki.
Hey, remember
Think
when
you're
we
some
said
kind
"fuck
of
New York" a
jokester,
couple
huh?
episodes ago?
Yeah. Have I taken that back? No.
No, it's just funny to go for the accent.
He's fun.
It is fun. You know what's
I
also
like
fun?
your words, Magic Man.
I like your funny words. Is there?
I was gonna say about the reading thing.
Yes.
We can just jump
Just,
back to
you know,
that for
take
a
a couple
moment.
steps back.
There
We're
was
back.
so like I never had problems reading until I lost interest in it, if that makes sense. Like I used to hyperfixate on books like at a time. So there was a period in my life where I would pick up a book and there was nothing I could do in my free time except read that book.
Right.
It was like how I binge TV shows now.
Yeah.
And I kind of miss that because there's something really powerful about storytelling through a book that like you don't get through a show, which is weird because like you'd
Yeah,
think,
isn't that weird?
yeah, but you think like, oh, like a movie, I have a picture and words and like everything, but somehow you understand it more and you like get more imaginative with like there's more for your brain to do with a book, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And I suppose it's the delivery mechanism where it's like the dialogue that you get from a conversation, like say this podcast, that, you know, we're building our beautiful voices.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe, share with a friend or an enemy.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Have a nice day. But like when it comes to
hey, brother, go sit on a pine cone, okay?
when it comes to like reading, I'd say it's it's the way that it's like displayed out and like the way that the voice that you're giving to it in just the words is so much more expressive than anything that really could be said by a person, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, like even audiobooks can display that, but like only you when you're reading it can really give that true voice to any sort of reading like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and you
there's
can go
one-
back in real time and like
Yeah.
rewatch it in your mind. It's just I miss reading. I haven't done it in so long. I need to start again.
Like, there's one, like, thing that comes to my mind with that, and it's, I read this book in high school called, you might have heard of it. It's called,
The Communist Manifesto. No, I'm just sorry.
It's called Slaughterhouse 5. And there's like a reoccurring phrase or like theme. I don't know what you call it. Like, it's not a theme. It's like there's like multiple segments of like where gruesome things happen. Like, and there's like, and it'll always end with like the phrase "so it goes," and like, like there's like it'll be like, we got off the plane and entered the boats to D-Day. 90% of the men who got on that boat would lose their life. So it goes. And like that like theming or like wordplay would repeat multiple times throughout the book to get this idea of like to get this idea of like life like is kind of like I don't know, like it like
Perpetual.
Violence is perpetual and happens.
Mm.
And like
Yeah.
it's so powerful, and I'm like I don't know if you could like
It just like normalizes it. That,
Yeah, and, like-
through
Yeah.
the words, yeah.
and it's like it's one of those things where I'm like I don't know if you could accurately get that in like a film of some kind, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's why books and reading are still around. Because if it wasn't, and it was like, oh, suddenly like movies and music like just convey way more than any book could, like, then I feel like those would be more like, they would be like pretty much the only thing that people really consider. But like we all know like a book, or at least some kind of book that like has significance to us in our like education or in our knowledge of how the world works.
Oh yeah.
That's how powerful it is.
Yeah.
For the kids listening to this podcast, read a fucking book.
I really hope there aren't kids listening to this podcast.
I hope so too, but you know,
It's funny
a weird
'cause
world
you
You're a
out there.
parent, and your
You
kid
keep-
is reading this podcast. Go fuck
reading this podcast.
I hate for anybody that has to ever transcribe this for somebody that is deaf. I
Oh,
fucking
I
would
was
hope
I was
no one
I
does
was
that.
I was looking back at we're having a shoot because I'm currently editing that, and I found there's like an auto transcript that they do.
Really? Is it good?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice.
And I was like, holy shit. So I guess it might be an auto transcript for this episode. So, and it's funny because like they bleep out all the swears.
Oh, really? Is there
Yeah,
a way
so
that
if
you
you-
can get that out?
I don't think there is. And if there is, I'm not gonna go into it because I'm like, fuck it.
Sure. Right.
But like whenever you say like fuck, like it just like is parentheses and then like an underline.
4 asterisks.
Too hot for TV.
Too high for TV. But yeah.
It would be great if it just like replaced it with like a word like pluck or
Duck.
hockey puck or truck. It just like,
Pluto.
intentionally
Naruto.
mishears you every time. Suck.
Yeah.
Duck.
Mock.
Cuck.
Cuck. I would love it if the fucking transcript replaced fuck with cuck. Like, that
What
would be the
cuck?
best.
Go cuck yourself.
Go cuck yourself, okay? But also, to get into like other things I watched and did, these great transitions is why you listen to the podcast.
Hey, have you guys ever
Segways
played
are
Segway?
fun.
You guys ever play Segway Polo?
No.
I don't know why, but you guys really made me think of that because I remembered that Steve Wozniak from Apple plays Segway Polo a lot, apparently, which is
What is-
exactly
Oh,
what
like
is-
literally
what is
the sport
Segway
on the
Pogo?
horses, you mean?
yeah, but instead
So
of a horse, it's a
polo
Segway.
is the
Yeah.
like field hockey on horses, and
Yeah, pretty
Segway
much.
polo would be like field hockey on a Segway.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of segues, transitions.
You were thinking of the non-verbal Segway.
Speaking
Yes.
of segues,
They're
cool
spelled different.
Speaking of segues, cool transition.
Does future Joey want any work?
No.
Cool. Okay, sorry, never mind.
I don't know how to do that Ray William Johnson transition anyway.
I was about to say
So-
future Joey do a cool transition, but I don't know if there's any way you could do that. Maybe it's just a
could
sound
do-
clip or something. Future
Future
Joey,
Jo-
put in a sound clip that
Da-da-da-da.
transitions us from this topic to the
Da-da-da.
next one.
Future Joey, do a cool transition right now. Awesome. Okay. I know how to do it.
Future
I know-
Joey's just gonna put like no,
No,
No.
I will not.
but I watched that new Chip and Dale movie.
Really?
Yeah, it came out today.
How is
Oh,
it?
with John Mulaney and Andy Samberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Good?
It's good.
Really?
Holy shit!
It's
'Cause
good.
you-
It's funny. It's
Because I remember when I brought it up like a couple episodes ago, you thought it was definitely shitty, and then you watched it and you like it, and then that's good. It means that the movie's compelling.
Well, I also didn't realize that. Okay, first of all, it already does one of my favorite things that films do, and it's an hour and a half, which is like around like. I've learned in film school that I think like the perfect like length,
short and sweet.
For yeah, the perfect length is like 90 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like
they had an SNL song about that.
Yeah, like just because like yes, like Marvel movies for the most part are like pretty good, but there's a point in all of them where I'm like, holy shit, this is still going. Like
yeah,
and I'm like. It's why, like...
What's Endgame, like 2.5 hours, 3 hours?
Endgame's 3 hours.
Jesus.
One of the only movies that I'm, like, okay with it being close to 3 hours is The Batman. Because I genuinely think every scene in that movie is fucking amazing.
And especially with, like, a topic and a theme that revolves around, like, mysteries and stuff, I think that's pretty good. I think it works well in that kind of medium, I'd say.
Another side point, shout out to Doug Walker for saying that the Batman is not a mystery.
Oh my god, we have to you totally we have to fight Doug Walker someday. I keep forgetting that.
Also, fun fact,
who's Doug Walker?
Oh my god. Not again.
Long story short, he's the Nostalgia Critic. He does this like YouTube channel. And you just reviews
I know of
movies.
the Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah, that's him.
To make a longer story short, cool. We made a whole episode where we were talking shit about him, and we decided to cut WWE style promos on him. And now at some point we're gonna fight him.
Nice.
He
one day
he wrote a review. He made a review.
Nostalgia Critic, you gotta walk that aisle.
He made a review recently about Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
And Dominic, you've seen it, right?
I have seen it.
Yeah, you saw it with me.
I did.
You know that scene where Doctor Strange knocks Spider-Man out of his body, and like he's holding that cube and he's like moving it around without his body?
I do.
Yeah, Nostalgia Critic had no idea why that was happening.
Oh my god.
Even though like A, it's so obviously Spider-Sense, and B, so much so it's so obviously Spider-Sense that when he's in the astral form and shit, like you can see the fucking wave things going out of his head. Like in the comic books. It's fucking Spider-Sense. How do you not get that?
I don't know. But as we've stated beforehand, and I will continue to fuel this fire, he's still dumb in many ways.
Yeah.
And not particularly a great film creator. Or a particularly great...
Film critic.
Yeah, film critic. There you go.
Shoutouts to his The Wall review where like the camera is not white balanced correctly at all and all the light in one of the scenes is super overexposed. Mm-hmm. Actually, in the fucking No Way Home review, there's an opening shot that like features like Malcolm and Tamara, two of his actors, and it's a Dutch angle, which you don't know. It's like a tilted angle on its side. Yeah. And like I looked at that and I was like, okay, why is this a Dutch angle? Why? Where's the creative purpose of this Dutch angle? And like I looked at it and I was like, oh, there's no reason for it. He's just doing it. Like
just to be a funny guy.
Because the way that you use... Dutch angles, like, you can either get them right or you can fuck up with them. Because, like, the way that you use a Dutch angle is to, like, showcase how off-putting something is or, like, disturbing something is. Like, one of my favorite... I can't think of an example, but, like, when it's, like, something doesn't feel right with a character, you can show that with a Dutch angle.
I
but
see.
like some filmmakers fucking just use them like crazy and I'm like, dude, just it doesn't look good. It does not look good. Just like but anyway, this is my rant about Dutch angles. But
and Doug Walker.
And Doug Walker. Dougie Walks. Yeah, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. It's pretty good. It's got... I love how, like, it's got, like, the kind of same thing. it's somewhat. I hate to compare these two, but it's somewhat got a similar thing going with Smiling Friends, with like a bunch of shit in the background is like different animation styles. And do y'all care about spoilers about this or no?
Not
Go
in
for it.
particular.
So,
Sorry, audience, by the way.
Spoilers for
spoiler alert
Chippendale
for
Rescue
Chippendale
Rangers.
Rescue Rangers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So
Woo.
ugly Sonic the Hedgehog is in it. So you,
The
you
original
know,
one?
so you know the first trailer for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
Yeah.
I do.
He's in it as a side character.
Why? What do you just grab the assets and just say fuck it? Like what the? Why?
That's fantastic.
The best part
actually.
is there are multiple scenes. I think it's like almost every single scene he's in. There's a character in the scene that makes a comment about his fucked up mouth, and they zoom in on his mouth and show. That is amazing. There were
Okay, that's
multiple.
actually brilliant.
There were multiple in the moments in this film that made me die laughing.
I
so
think
you know
this
that-
movie does not take itself very seriously.
It does, but no, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
It really shouldn't.
It does, but no.
It's like I see it kind of as like a spiritual successor, also to Roger Rabbit, where like all these like animated characters are in live action and shit. So much so that Roger
see.
Rabbit also appears in the movie, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's dope.
Nice.
Yeah. The
So
funny,
wait, Chip and Dale is Disney though, isn't it?
yeah, but they
So wait, they have
the
they own
legal
Sonic?
team they had for this fucking movie is insane because they have like a spoof movie of E.T. versus Batman. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, okay,
Real.
one of the craziest things to me is that there's a scene. There's one character who's played by Seth Rogen in the movie, and there's a
Yeah.
scene where like he falls down. And he's like Pumbaa from the live action Lion King goes on top of him. And the insane thing is that two other characters show up in that scene, and it's the praying mantis from Kung Fu Panda and Bob from
Yeah.
Alien vs. Monsters.
What?
Monsters vs. Aliens. And like the joke is that they're all doing the Seth Rogen laugh. That's fucking it's fucking
What?
awesome.
Dude, what?
This movie
Yeah.
sounds too good to be true, dude.
It's fuck. Oh, there's a scene where like Chip and Dale are like sneaking through a vent, and in the background there's a sauna, and one of the people in that sauna is Randy from South Park.
I was really scared you were about to make an Among Us joke, and I was like, I really don't want Among Us to be in this movie.
No.
Okay, cool. I sorry.
They
I
would
don't
do
know.
that in the Emoji Movie though.
Oh yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure. Emoji Movie 3 is going to have crew members everywhere.
Yeah.
God.
And they're gonna do the the fucking bass boosted dun 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 dun, like whatever the
Dun 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 dun
dun dun
dun dun dun.
dun dun dun.
Bum.
Yeah.
But
Amogus.
Among Us. But yeah, the cool thing about this movie though is that like it is like even though there's like all these cameos and shit, it's still focused on Chip and Dale's relationship, which is cool because like it tells like a pretty coherent story. They talk. The funny thing is that they have like a pretty. The plot is pretty good because like it's all about like bootlegging, and their explanation for why bootleg films look so like much different is that after a tune gets so like overwashed and used, they get kidnapped and get surgery put on them to make them look completely different, but similar, and then they like ship them off to like China, and like put them in film studios.
Wow. That is an impressive take.
It's so like, and then like to not get hot water with China, it's revealed that it's not in China. They're just like in an underground film set in like Los Angeles.
Oh, I see. I was about to say, like, that's starting shit. That's how you start shit, dude.
Yeah,
That's absolutely how you start shit.
but like, oh my god.
The only thing you could do more to start shit would be to put Winnie Pooh in a movie as the leader of China.
Oh, there's a bootleg of Winnie the Pooh in this movie. So there's that.
This is the movie that keeps on giving. What the fuck?
Yeah, like
See, I feel like you've told me so much about this, and yet nothing is spoiled. Like, I know nothing.
How
I
is
have
nothing-
no
yeah.
idea how any of these things
How
come
does
to be.
it
I'm like,
connect?
okay.
Peter Pan.
Like, how is this a movie? How is there a plot line?
Old Peter Pan says the godlike line of, "Yeah, death comes for us all, kid."
What?
Jesus.
You okay?
Also, wasn't there like some? Actually, never mind. I'm not gonna question Peter's relationship with Wendy, but it was a little sus, in my opinion.
Yeah.
sounds
Just
sounds
strange man comes into your window. He's been young for 30 years.
How does he do it? Anti-aging cream?
Also,
Pilates?
He's gonna bring you to a land that only he lives in. It's a realm that you can't comprehend, where no one
Detroit.
ages.
Detroit.
And,
New York. It's New York.
He's gonna take you there and ask you to stay there with him forever.
But
He's
there's
got
also
quite the collection of Jim Beam in there.
there's one of my other favorite like
Or
bits.
no, wait. Sorry, that's not even what Peter Pan got like knocked for.
No, it was it was for the
knocked
Native
for
American
was the-
shit.
Yeah.
They
I
don't
forgot
they
about
don't
that
talk
whole
about
debacle.
that, which I'm like kind of surprised by. But
The Washington football team.
the Washington football team.
Oh, aren't they like the Commanders now?
No, that's the Cleveland Guardians. Oh no, that's right. They are the Washington
Yeah,
Commanders
no, Washington is the Commanders now.
now. But Cleveland is also the Guardians. They used to be something else
Cleveland's
that
the
we can't
Guardians.
say
I
on the
like
show.
the Guardians. The Guardians is a cool name.
It's a cool name. Joey,
Yeah.
what happened else?
Oh,
what else happened in
economy's
the movie?
based on LeBron James.
Yes, sorry, I interrupted. What?
At least
No,
we're
but-
not Detroit. We're not Detroit.
We're not Detroit.
Hey, I used to live in Cleveland, and that video is like our anthem.
But
A hastily made Cleveland tourism advertisement.
But I think one of my favorite like background details is that there's a moment when they go to the machine that turns you into like a bootleg, and at the end of it, they show this like wall of like bootlegged of like the parts that they took off the characters that have been through it. And two of them that are up there is what first one's the hair of Jimmy Neutron. And the second one that I find funny is the hair of Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Which I was like, whoa!
Really?
Yeah.
This is
This is the insane thing about this fucking movie. They get things that are not from Disney. And I'm like, I was not expecting them to do that.
I mean, do you need permission to just like passingly reference shit?
Well, in conversation, no.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but is
Okay,
it
no,
more
but
than
the
that?
but it's more than that.
Really?
Like they're fully like Jimmy Neutron's hair is fully shown, and you see it and it's like got kind of 3D art style, and you're like, oh, that's Jimmy Neutron's hair.
Really?
Like for the poster with E.T. versus Batman, they fully show the Batman versus Superman, Batman, and E.T.
Yeah,
fully
I mean, for
show-
that you kind of have to get like the rights for, or unless they're using like parody laws, like maybe
Unless
if
they're making
doing a
their own
parody-
knockoffs.
But they're exactly the same, so that's the thing.
No, no,
like-
but you can use other things as long as it's like a parody of it.
Is
yeah,
this
but that's okay. Now, okay. Here's the weird thing about it. I see your point.
Because like
and I agree-
SNL doesn't have to ask anyone for
They
rights
they
to
don't
things.
have to ask Nintendo to use Wario in their shitty skits. They just use Wario.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with it. They straight up just show it. Like
But isn't it
straight up.
technically a parody?
I don't know at this point. I'm not a lawyer.
Is this movie like a perfect?
But
like,
you know, Disney has
case in
great
this?
lawyers. So
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying the legal team for this fucking movie is insane.
I mean, it's not for that movie. It's just Disney's legal team is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, period.
So
And
now-
if they're not insane
the-
enough, Disney will hire whoever's lawyers are on the other side and make their legal team more insane.
They're hire Soul from Better Call Saul.
And if they lose their case, they will buy a new judge and make their own country
It's
and
like
make
the,
their own laws where they can make that movie.
it's like the dream team of dream teams. Mm-hmm.
What's that
Yeah.
whole thing? There's like that district in Florida that's like completely run by Disney.
Disney World?
And Ron DeSantis. No, yeah, I think it's where Disney World is.
Yeah, that's what I assume.
I really hope the county is just named Disney World. Yeah,
Mickey,
But it's
Mickey-
basically
Mickey-
run by
it's
Disney.
Mickey. It's
and,
Mickey Boulevard. Mickey Boulevard.
Yeah, right.
I mean, like,
and it's like,
the Disney Corporation like has also like bullied Disney at multiple points. They've bullied the Florida government at multiple points to like let them do their shit.
yeah, and now like Ron DeSantis is getting shit because he's like, I'm gonna take this like district back. And Disney's like, the fuck you are.
Bitch.
It's crazy how much power they have in Florida.
Florida's fucked.
Like in the country, they have so much power. In Florida, they
that
have
too.
an insane amount.
I mean, just to be honest, think about the world, though. I mean, there's a lot of power they have just in general, like in terms of like things that people see. That's pretty weird.
Shout outs to fucking
Yeah.
Finn not showing up in the poster for Rise of Skywalker in China
Oh yeah.
because
Oh,
China's
right.
because China's racist and hates black people,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is fucked
Oh,
up.
Yeah.
It's weird though, because like there are also like black athletes in China are like super celebrated. Like there's a fighter in the UFC right now, Israel Adesanya. He's a champion in I think middleweight. I think he's a middleweight champion. But he used to fight in China. And it's kind of like there are some definitely insensitive things about like his history there. They called him the Black Dragon.
Okay.
And
Wow.
but he like
Wow.
he rocked everyone's shit. Like he destroyed everyone in the Chinese fighting league. So there was like a bunch of hype for him coming to the UFC, and like he's a huge celebrity in China because he just
So-
like beat all of their best fighters in kickboxing.
Yeah. Also, didn't the poster for like Black Panther they like cover up like T'Challa's face with his mask or some shit?
I don't know.
I don't know. China's
Do a
weird.
bunch of
Yeah.
stuff, but then like Kobe Bryant will go over there, and he's also like, I mean, he went over there during the Olympics, and he was like a huge celebrity. You
Yeah.
remember like the Beijing Olympics?
Yeah, yeah.
Like Kobe couldn't walk down the street without like people from being like Kobe, Kobe. Like he was loved there.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Damn, I referenced him in the present tense. I'm still like
Yeah.
Oh,
not
God damn
fully.
it.
Clearly, that's not fully processed in my brain.
Oh, my drunk brain was like, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I like realized it right as I said. I was like,
Can you believe that was
I mean,
2020?
he did.
That was 2020?
No,
Yeah.
shut up.
That's crazy, right?
Dominic, get out of my podcast.
I think I'm having a stroke. Can I get an ambulance?
I think we need to get an ambulance.
Okay, bet.
But in closing remarks, on the movie, Rescue Ranger is a good movie. Even though it shoves all these like pop culture bullshit in your face, it still is like a pretty decent plot, and I'm a fan. And yeah, go check it out. It's cool. We're not
Preach.
sponsored, but like yeah.
Hell yeah.
With that
But
being
Disney,
said, yeah.
Hey, what up, Disney?
Hey. Want to
How
sponsor
you
us?
doing?
Disney, you want to make this Disney Plus original podcast? We're
Yeah.
having a stroke.
Yeah, because people want to pay for this.
But yeah, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I can see an ambulance in the distance, and we just had a stroke. Woo!
Oh, yeah. Woo. I need a stomping pump because I'm drunk.
I'm drunk. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you liked what you listened to, please share this with a friend or an enemy.
You wanted a handoff? I've never done a handoff like that
We
before.
have done a handoff like that before.
Bullshit, we've done a
Yes,
handoff
we
like
have.
that. No,
Yes,
fuck
we have.
Fuck.
Yes,
no,
we
fuck
fucking have.
you and
Fuck
your
you.
hairy
Fuck
little
you.
asshole, okay?
Fuck you
You're gonna
and your
take that
goddamn
and shove
brim
it,
hat, okay?
Because
You
there's
can
no
go
way we've
fuck
done that
yourself,
before.
Dad,
okay?
stop fighting.
Honey, please wrap up the episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to this podcast. If you like what you listen to, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with a friend or an enemy to make them more susceptible to your brainwashing. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this episode up. Before that, Max, thank you for coming on the podcast, my friend. It's always good to have you on. And
Anytime, old pal.
We love
yeah.
Max.
We love Max. Maxie's the guy. Mr. Max.
Mr. Maximilian.
I'm a guy.
Woogie, woogie.
You are my guy. You're my guy. Boogie,
Woogie,
woogie.
Just a regular guy.
But yeah,
I want whatever song you're singing to now have a version that's the regular guy. Do you know the regular guy? On XRT.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh my
I
God.
saw 2 movies this weekend. One was Twilight, and then I left to go see the other half of Die Hard.
But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap this episode up. My name is Joey. My co-host is Dominic. We'll see you guys next week.
I love you guys.
Good night.